This is A Better Way Financial, the podcast with financial advisors and father-son team Frank and Frankie Guida.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Frank and Frankie asking for their insight on ways you can better prepare for your financial future. ABetterWayFinancial.com is where you can start the conversation about your retirement plan. Again, it's ABetterWayFinancial.com. Gentlemen, we are in the throes of summer. You guys have some trips on the calendar, which is great. What other summer traditions are the most popular in the Guida household? I know that because, with the Italian tradition, there's got to be a lot of grilling and cooking. It can't just be about the 7 fishes at Christmas time for your house.
Definitely a lot of grilling,
yes.
A lot of cooking, backyard games.
Wait,
yes.
Who's the grill master, though? Is there any? Because that can become a competitive thing, too. And I know that the Guidas love competition wherever it can be built in.
As long as the food's good,
there it is.
I'm happy.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, we were both on the grill last weekend. Dad was helping me out. We were doing some burgers, some chicken.
Yeah, we kind of christened Frankie's house.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, had the folks over, and we're on the grill, and it was nice. We had the awning because it was pouring the whole time.
Right, I know.
So
No, but it stopped
fun.
a little bit, too. We got to play some bags and stuff.
Yeah, got to play some bags. Had some bottle bash set up, so we were playing some outdoor games, hanging out.
All the summer things.
Oh, yeah.
That we love to do and look forward to. I was talking with somebody, I can't remember who I was talking to. We were the expression every day is, in retirement, every day is Saturday except for Sunday. And I also kind of feel like that vibe of the seasons, like it's summer all year round, right? It's let's go out to dinner again. Let's take that vacation. Let's do those things. But as I was saying, of course, we want to make sure that we've got the income streams set up to support us so that we can do the things that we want to do in our retirement years. But what I wanted to ask you guys about is a little bit when it comes to mindset and how it does seem a lot of us might not have things aligned as we should. And this goes into, that's what the planning process is about, right? Let's get on the right page. Let's understand where we are, because there was this gentleman who wrote into an advice column on marketwatch.com. He's in his 70s. And he was writing that he has a goal to become a millionaire before he, quote, leaves this world. Here's the thing. He already has $768,000, but he's just bent on getting that $1 million. So he was saying, how do I get this goal? How do I achieve this? And so I think the first question we got to ask this guy is, okay, why? Why do you want that $1 million? Because I'm sure that you see it in the office a lot. People coming in and wanting to take perhaps unnecessary risks in their retirement, and is it worth it?
Well, Heather, it's not the norm to want to go up like that, in retirement. Hey, but you never know. I mean, this guy might have had a lifelong goal to do this, and that may be the thing that he really wants to do. Yeah. And if that's really what he wants to do, we're going to help him do it.
Okay.
But that is not what most people want at that stage in life.
Right.
Most people want to, kick back and enjoy their lives to their fullest ability.
Yeah.
And most of the time what we're doing is we're taking, whatever funds they have and saying, okay, let's make the most of this. How do we make your life better? How do we reduce your taxes, if at all possible? Make sure that within your risk tolerance, make sure you don't run out of money. Allow, make all the right choices to help you live on the most amount of money that you can so that you can do all the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is, exactly what most of the folks who come in are looking for. It's not necessarily about hitting a number. It's nice to be able to say, well, I died a millionaire. But
right,
at the end of the day, you're not taking it with you anyways.
That's right. That's right.
So you want to be able to enjoy it while you're here, while you're, he's already in his 70s. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the next 20, 25 years that you have. And, don't worry so much about the number.
That's right.
The numbers are important. The numbers of times that you get to go out on the golf course, or the numbers of times that you get to go spending time with your grandkids. Those are the numbers that you want to focus on. Now, of course, we want our portfolio to go up and we want to have good returns. But at the end of the day, it's what does a successful retirement look like? And, if that's what your successful retirement looks like, hitting $1 million, then we'll formulate the plan around that. But if it looks like, how do I do what I want to do in my retirement? What hobbies do I want to do? What do I want to do on the weekdays? What do I want to do on the weekends? And how do I formulate my retirement plan so that I can help achieve the goals that I do have? If maybe it's a legacy that's important to him. Maybe he wants to leave $1 million so that he can have a nice legacy. Well, how can we do that in a tax efficient way? How can we set it up so that when you do pass on, that money's going tax efficiently to your heirs. You know, so it's all part of the financial plan and the planning that we do here.
And one of the things that's really important is taking a look at their portfolio and making sure their portfolio is doing exactly what they want to do. I mean, we had this couple come in and you know, he was 66 and she was 62. They were both retired. They had a really nice portfolio. They had 3.4 mil.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, but, you know, when you looked at it, it was in a very, very high-risk portfolio. They were taking on considerably more risk than they were comfortable with.
Okay.
And you know what? They weren't even getting the tremendous return of a high-risk portfolio that you usually can. I mean, they were averaging like 7.5%, but they had a maximum drawdown of 43%, which means that if they were, you know, if we were to hit like 2008 again and the markets dropped 50%, their portfolio would drop 43%. They would lose almost $1.5 million. And that would take their portfolio under $2 million. When you're at 3.4 and you go under 2, that's a big number.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so we worked with them. We said, hey, let's take some of the risk out of this portfolio. Let's look at the portfolio. And, you know, we were able to do that. We showed them, hey, look, you know, your portfolio over the last, since 2000 would have averaged 7.5%.
Yeah.
If we put you in a little safer portfolio, like in a moderate risk portfolio, he'd still, you know, since 2000, he would average 8.3. He would average even a higher return.
Wow. Okay.
You know, and his max drawdown would be 25%, which is where he felt comfortable.
Got it.
So, you know, instead of going down to under 2 million, it would go down to 2.6. You know, we protect 600,000 more protection.
Yeah. And this is what we did. We analyzed the portfolio. I mean, we wanted to see, well, what's going well in that 401k? What's going well in those investments? And let's analyze it. Let's see what's doing well and what's not doing so well.
Right.
And, you know, we looked at some of the investments, and some of them, they were doing less than 2% since the year 2000. So over a long period of time, they just weren't keeping up with the stock market. They weren't keeping up with inflation, a lot of the investments.
Okay.
You know, and a lot of their portfolio was in a single stock, you know, which was a problem for them too. They had over 20% of their portfolio just in their company stock, you know, so we wanted to diversify that and try to protect some of that money over the course of the retirement so that they don't have to be in a situation where if something happens to that one stock, they just lost a fifth of their wealth.
We
can't have that happen. You know, so we did a portfolio x-ray. We were able to analyze what their portfolio looked like, what alternative solutions that they had, and show them what it could mean for them in their retirement. You know, so if you have 401k, you have a portfolio and you want us to analyze it.
I think that so many people would benefit from that. I mean, so many people have this portfolio. They haven't looked at it in years, and they could be doing better and they don't even know it. And, you know, just taking a little bit of time out of their day to say, hey, you know what, guys, analyze my portfolio. Tell me what you think. I mean, knowledge is power.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to learn a little bit more about what we can do for you and what that looks like, give us a call, 610-440-3722 for your complimentary portfolio x-ray, where we're going to analyze that portfolio, show you what's doing well and show you what's not doing so well, so that you can make an informed decision and be able to start making some improvements over the course of your retirement with that portfolio. You know, but that wasn't all that we were able to do for this, folks, right, Dad? There was Social Security planning we were able to show them, you know, by setting up Social Security, taking that at the right time, it was able to make a huge difference for them. And over their lifetime, they're projected over $400,000 more from Social Security just by turning it on at the right times.
And what about the tax planning? I mean, for these folks, they were set up to pay a ton in taxes. We were able to show them how to rearrange the furniture, how to rearrange their investments, and show them how they could potentially save $1.8 million in taxes over the rest of their lifetime. Wow. I mean, that's $1.8 million for them. And, you know, by doing things like Roth conversions and stuff, their kids, when they inherit the money, they're going to save another $1.2 million. So these folks on a $3.4 million portfolio, they're going to save $3 million in taxes. Their whole family's going to save that. It's just a tremendous difference.
Yeah, so between them and their kids, that's looking like $3 million in tax savings, you know? So you really want to have a financial plan that's taking taxes into consideration, because if you don't, you don't get to choose what those tax rates are going to be looking like for you.
But Uncle Sam gets to choose, and that's what we want to not have happen.
He absolutely does. And when we made the decision to invest into our 401ks or into our IRAs, we got the tax deduction up front that we knew about. But what we didn't get is we didn't know what the tax rates were going to be when we were taking that money out.
Wow.
What we can do is we can make a decision today, say, hey, I want to choose the tax rates that we're at right now instead of waiting for 2 years for those tax rates to go back up and make it harder for us to do the Roth conversions at lower tax rates. So this is something that we can be proactive with. This is something that we only have a few years left to be able to utilize these lower tax brackets that we have right now. And we want to be able to maximize that over the course of our retirement. So this is part of the planning so that you get to keep more money in your pocket, because at the end of the day, we would rather have that money in our pocket than have that money in Uncle Sam's.
Yep.
You know, we're better stewards of the money.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
So that's what our plan is. You know, we want to keep that money in your pocket. And at the end of the day, we want to make sure that that money is working for you.
Yeah.
If you have an extra $2 to $3 million saved in taxes over the course of your retirement, do you think that can make a difference in your lifestyle during your retirement? Absolutely.
Where did it take their income from?
It took their income from they were getting about $12,000 a month, and they were able to get that up to nearly $18,000 every single month.
Of after-tax income?
After-tax income, Heather.
You could do a lot of fun things with an extra $6,000 a month, don't you think?
You could do lots of things. So
that could be life-changing.
Yeah.
You know, that really can make a difference. So get it analyzed. See what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's complimentary for you to be able to have a meeting with us and go over what does your portfolio look like, what's doing well in it, and what can be improved. What is a tax plan that we can use to try to save you money over the course of your retirement?
Yeah.
This is the difference that it can make when you have the tax planning done, when you have the retirement planning done, you know, looking at Social Security, looking at income planning over the course of your retirement. So if you want to learn a little bit more about how we can do this for you and what opportunities you have, go to abetterwayfinancial.com and click on the sign up now button so we can have this conversation with you.
Thanks for listening to A Better Way Financial, the podcast with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com and join the Guidas for the radio show, A Better Way Financial, Saturdays at noon and Sundays at 12:30 on News Radio 790 WAEB.
By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.